Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dr. Ngozi Onoha. I have a very special guest. This is someone I've known for quite a while, long time, and her name is Eneni Oduwole, and I'm so glad to have her on this show. Welcome.
Thank you for thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I'm glad
Okay,
to be here. I've been one of your biggest fans. Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
So I was really excited last week because I saw you'd launched a book on risk management. So I'm just going to give the viewers just an overview of who you are. You are basically an expert in risk management. You have over 25 years of professional experience in the field. And you'll tell us a little more about you and your work. And you have this lovely book, and I'm going to put a link in the bio of or the description of this presentation about how people can get your book. So let's dive in. Tell us a little bit more about what risk management is, how you got into risk management, and why it is important.
Okay, so firstly, thank you for the opportunity. I consider it, a privilege to be able to share my thoughts about this book. So why the book? I recall it happened the moment I decided to write the book. I'd been nursing the idea for a while, but there was this Tuesday morning, I was getting ready for a women's prayer meeting, right? And then I get a call from one of my mentees to say, look, I have a very serious meeting today. It's something like an appraisal meeting because, there's a vacancy I'm interested in. Please, I need you to brief me on different aspects of risk management because I have just been focused on this area. And I thought to myself, do I do I carry on with this person or go for my meeting? And I just said, you know what, helping someone is part of, is a more active aspect of prayers. So of course I engaged her for the next 1 hour or so because her meeting was at 9 a.m. And then immediately I said, you know what, there's a need because at that time I was like, I wish I had a document I could share with her on the different aspects of risk management because I really wanted to attend my own prayer meeting. But then because of her need, I had to forego it. So that was when I said, you know what, put your thoughts to paper and let it be available to people who want to just have a general overview and understanding of the different aspects of risk management. So that's what led to the writing of the book. And with regards to my journey through risk management, it actually started when I was in NDIC. I was a bank examiner, and at the time, the Central Bank of Nigeria now decided that risk management was must be integral to banking, to financial services in Nigeria. And I was in that team that set up the framework. I was part. It was a joint team between the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation. We were trained, we were sent to symposia, conferences on risk management. And that's when my interest, I just saw that it was a very holistic way to view the operations of an organization. And it's quite a strategic tool because if well implemented, it helps you to be very proactive and intentional about the decisions you make regarding not just the strategy planning and strategy setting of your organization, but also operational issues, and your general business activities. So that's my journey through risk management. Thank you.
Okay, so that's interesting. So basically, there and then on the spot, you did what people consider coaching. They call it coaching. So you had to coach someone through risk management because you know the subject matter so well. So I think what you described to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, is similar to what they say is called a SWOT analysis, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats of a business, right? Is that where risk management comes in, sort of that mindset shift or strategic planning, or is it something else?
So basically, risk management is about identifying and then managing anything that could impede or stop you from achieving your set goals. So the SWOT analysis can be a tool you use for assessing your risk exposures. But the whole process of risk management starts with you having those opportunities, making sure you're intentional about those opportunities, about identifying what kinds of risks you are exposed to. Now, it is not enough in today's world. We don't say risk management; we say enterprise risk management, meaning that you're not looking only an aspect, which is usually the financial aspect, but you're also looking at non-financial aspects. So basically, risk management starts with everything you do to identify whether prevalent existing risks or likely risks, such as emerging risks. It could be global, it could be risks that have crystallized elsewhere in the world. Is it likely that you could be faced with those risks over time? You are supposed to identify all of those risks and make sure you put measures, make sure you're, first of all, able to assess your own exposure to those risks, measure what kind of impact it can have to your own business or organization, and then decide on the appropriate way to treat it. So
Okay.
this is really the process of risk management, irrespective of the type of risk you're exposed to.
Okay. So I'm coming from
Yeah,
a medical background. I mean, even though I
yeah,
have an MBA in healthcare management, so the way I hear you, it's like identifying or preventing disease, identifying risk factors for disease, and then
yeah,
preventing those risk factors. So it's kind of similar. Yours is in the business world, identifying the risks that a business could be exposed to, and then
yeah,
having them prepare, like mitigation strategies in the event those risks actually occur. It's not to say that those risks will occur, but you got to be prepared, right? As we can see globally, you saw
yes,
recently last week, a city in Spain got flooded, and we had in the States, we had
yes,
a hurricane. So, and
yes,
so now that hurricane, there was a medical company that supplies intravenous fluids, and that was affected. So they couldn't produce their medical supplies. So because of that problem, it now trickled down to the end users, where hospitals could not provide that medical support to the people who needed it, the end users. So that's another risk the business has to look at. Okay, what's our backup strategy, right? If something like this, like a natural disaster, like a flood occurs, or there's a power outage, or the workers decide they're not working, they quit. And so you look, so risk on so many levels. It's very intricate and very interesting. So who do you think would benefit from reading your book?
So the book has been written to be very easy, simple to understand, and easy to read. So it's intended for anyone with the curiosity, with enough sufficient curiosity about risk management, who wants to understand risk management and the different aspects. Because a lot of books tend to focus on an aspect of risk management, or focus on risk management as from the strategic point of view. But what this book has done is divided different aspects of risk management into 31 chapters. The intention is that you read a chapter a day. And so, and understand that aspect of risk management day one before you go to day two and read the next chapter. So it's intended for everyone. You can be a secondary school student and you will find it useful. You can be a university professor. You can be a bank manager. You can be the MD of a manufacturing concern. It's been written in such a way that it's easy for you to have a holistic view, because today in managing risk, it's important. I love the analogy you gave, the example you gave from a supply chain risk issue. You now see the need to manage things like your climate exposure to climate change risk, your exposure not just to your supply chain, but also your business continuity strategy, your customer relationship management. So you see that risk in today's world is very you have correlated risk, and they tend to have ripple effects on the business if not well handled. So the essence of this book is to say, don't focus only on an aspect of risk. At least get a good grasp and understanding of the different types of risk. We even speak about emerging risk like climate change risk, like AI, exposure to AI risk, and focus on IT risk and how to build the competency to even have an understanding of what IT risks are. Just as for those who are not in financial services, you get an understanding of what credit risk is about, market risk is about, operational risk. So it gives you a good understanding of what this concept of risk management is all about. So the book is actually meant for everyone interested enough to know more about risk management. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's absolute. I mean, I've not come across anything like this book. So I think that this book really has a role in mindset shift, in helping people think about possibilities. We want things to go right, but if things go wrong and we're not prepared, because what risk management, the way I understand it, is that we're identifying um, areas of failure, potential failure, and then we're now putting in place the mitigation strategy, the correction. So we're ready, like a safety net, like somebody
Yeah.
jumping off with a parachute. You have a safety net. So okay, in the events we have to jump, we have the parachute, and that's going to keep us going. That's going to keep us in that safety, realm. Um, so I really like I really like that you made this book very simple. It's 31 chapters, so it's one a day. So you one day, one chapter. So it's a quick read. It will take about a month to finish it, and definitely it will get people with that mindset, thinking about strategy, critical thinking, which we are not really taught in high school. At least I wasn't taught anything about critical thinking in high school. So I think this will definitely create a shift in how people process information.
Indeed. Yes,
Yes,
indeed. And I
yes.
must add, when we talk about risk management, we're not only looking at threats, because for us, it could lead you to an opportunity. In managing that situation, you could be exposed to an opportunity. So it's always good to look at managing risk from a positive, because the whole essence of risk management is about value creation. If that process does not end up it does not end up in a better place, then it's actually foiled. So the essence of risk management is to create value, whether new value or to preserve existing value or enhance existing value. So we must always think of risk management not just from the point of view of avoiding or managing a threat, but also saying, in managing this thing that could impede my achievement, the achievement of my set goal, I might actually come across other opportunities. And that's been the success story of risk management for most organizations, businesses, and business leaders.
That's
Yeah.
very
Thank you.
good thinking because, when you have a challenge and then you think of solutions that can lead to other service line and products. That is so true
Yeah.
because I've been listening to some very interesting podcasts, and some of the challenges that the companies anticipated led to development of new products that added value. So that's a very important point that you've made. So back to the book. The book is titled Understanding Risk Management by Eneni Oduwole. And you can find the book you can find the social media handles of the book, and it's books by Eneni Oduwole.com is the website. And then you've got an Instagram handle, and that's, let's see, let me see if I can pull it up. Trying to pull that up to provide the name. So, okay. And so where can people buy your book? That's the main thing, because we've talked about the book. It's very interesting. And where can they find the book?
Please go to the website. We have an
Site.
order link on the website,
Okay.
www.booksbyinenioduwale.com. You'll
Okay.
find the order link there, and you can just place your order.
Okay. And so I'm going to
Thank
put
you.
the link of the I'm going to put the link of the website in the description of this video. And I'm also going to put the link of your handle. I know you have a book handle for it, and I can't seem to find it right now, but I know you do. What's the handle for the website, for the Instagram? What's your own
The,
handle for your
on
Instagram?
Instagram,
Yes,
my hand
yes, your handle. Let me look for it
for
here.
books is Books by Eneni Oduwale. Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
Instagram
books
is books by Eneni Oduwole,
Eneni
and then you are
Oduwale.
also on Instagram as well. So if people want to reach
Yeah,
you for public speaking or or coaching, they can always find you. So the handle on Instagram is at books by Eneni. So let me follow. And then there's a link on there with okay, so you have a WhatsApp link as well.
yes, yeah,
So that goes to your marketing team. So, okay,
same, yeah.
perfect. So, all right, this is really good. Thank you. I think even though our talk has been very sort of brief, you've really gone in depth about why this book is useful. So before we leave, can you just share one pearl of wisdom, just one pearl of wisdom? What is the adage that you like? What's your philosophy? Just one thing that the audience will benefit from.
One thing,
One thing.
my philosophy.
Yes.
My mantra in life is I have adopted that Japanese word kaizen, continuous improvement.
Okay.
So always seek to be better. You know, I feel that the day you stop learning is the day you actually start dying. So much as you know, still try to know, what's going on, get new knowledge, challenge yourself. And I would say, understand, coming from a risk manager, understand your risks no matter where you're located, no matter what you do, understand that you're exposed to different types of risk, and your mastery of how to manage them always helps. I mean, I don't want to say determines your success, but to a great extent it does. Thank
Yes.
you.
So that's very handy. I want to thank you so much for your time. And
Thank you.
yeah, bye
I've
for now.
enjoyed this. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.